could make two videos here, but I'm going to roll it into one as a double review video because I think I'm going to be covering a lot of the same stuff with these two rifles, so it's going to be a double review. We'll roll with it anyway, we'll see how it goes. So let me introduce you to, and it's been out a while, the Daystate Pulsar, which we're going to review right now alongside the Daystate Renegade. Oh, I can just about fit them on screen. Right, the reason why I'm going to do this as a double review, they are essentially the same rifles, so I'm going to be sort of going over the same, you know, stock specification, pistol grip, safety, all that stuff. So there's no point in doing two videos. I'm going to roll it all into one. For the first time on Rack and Load, a double review. So bear with me, let's see how it goes. Right then, which one should we talk about first? Well, let's talk about, well, we'll jump in and out of both of them pretty much. Let's talk about the Renegade. Now let's give you some specs first. Now I need to refer to my my data sheets. So the Renegade, basically, well, the difference between these rifles, this one, the Pulsar, has an onboard computer that controls the regulator, and it's pretty much state-of-the-art technology in our rifles. You know, it governs how much pressure's going into each shot. It's technical stuff. Whereas the Renegade, a little bit more simple, but not simple, if you know what I mean. Whereas it hasn't got the onboard computer, but it still has got a very, very nice trigger. Slightly different to the Pulsar. I'll talk more about that in a second, but let's just throw out some basic specifications on these rifles. So first of all, the Renegade. Right, overall length is 780 millimeters or 30 inches. Cylinder capacity 300cc. Weight unscoped is 3.5 kilos or 7.8 pounds. Calibres are available 177, 22 and 25. Power, you can get it 12 foot-pounds UK legal limit, or you can go FAC, go up to 38 foot-pounds. Depends on the caliber specification. Let me have a look. Both sidelever cocking, I'll talk more about it in a minute. 10-shot rotary mag, again I'll show you that in more detail in a second. The trigger is a hybrid electronic stroke mechanical trigger, whereas the Pulsar is totally electronic. Okay. Stock options on the Renegade, ballistic nylon, which is what you see in black. You get it in green, and you also get laminate in green and like a smoked finish. I think there's one or two more different stock options in that. So that's basically the Renegade. Okay, right, the Pulsar, let's talk about the Pulsar. Slightly different in specifications. Overall length 770 millimeters, barrel length 430 millimeters, weight unscoped is 3 kilos, 10-shot magazine. Shots per charge in 12 foot-pounds is 250 in 2.2. You'll get slightly less than 177. High power version with the 38 foot-pounder, you'll get 80 shots in 2.2. Okay. What I'll do is I'll show you the stock options you can get. So I'm referring to Daystate's brochure. I think I've got the old one actually. I need to grab the new one. These are kindly on loan from Daystate. I picked these up from Daystate's factory. So thanks to the guys there for lending me these. But yeah, I should have got some brochures while I was there. Totally forgot. But anyway, those are some of the stock options. That does look nice. That sort of smoked laminate finish. And then you've got the sort of green laminate finish, walnut as well. Very nice. But we've got the black synthetics here. Okay, right then. Let's talk about these then in a little bit more detail then. So, first of all, bullpup configuration, as you can see. pretty much alongside each other. These rifles are exactly the same. Same stocks, same barrel, same rail. Pretty much exactly the same. But let's look at a little bit more detail. So let's take the Renegade first. From the butt end, from the stock end. Nice adjustable rubber butt pad. So that's cool. Obviously it's not sort of that rock hard rubber, it's sort of in between the real soft stuff and the rock hard stuff, so I think that's quite nice. Not too grabby on clothing either. And then you've got the full synthetic stock here, which is really nice. Pistol grip, as you can see. But let's just talk about this. These are, by the way, ambidextrous. You can swap them round. I'll throw in some footage of that because me and Tony from Daystate did do that on the range at the Midland Game Fair. So I'm not going to demonstrate here, but I'll throw in some footage right now.
So this might not go as well as you think, but we'll see how we get on. Okay?
I'll speed this up in the editing.
Oh, thank you very much.
So this is the quick change to the left hand.
Yes, depending on what speed you run the film at.
Yeah. It's because I'm an awkward shooter. That's what it is.
So remove the cheek piece.
Sorry if the furry mic's in your face, Tony.
At you.
Don't lose one of them.
Nope. Put that there. Yeah, you don't normally do this on a straw bale, I've got to say. Move the bolt.
Okay.
This is the blanking plate, because you don't actually need, but it tidies up the design quite a lot.
Yeah. Big hole in the back and catch them all there. What I used to do is buy them, take the fire, drop the collar down, and you can stop in the same place every time. And when I drop the ladder down, it's stopping out heavily. If it didn't fall in that spec, it might work in this guitar.
Okay. Nice and neat. I like it. Yeah.
And that one.
So how much hold out on these? Not a lot. Especially close ones. I know what you heard.
Voila, one left-hand gun.
Sorted. Tony's thinking that rack and load. What a pain in the what's it.
Shows it can be done. Yeah. On a straw bale at Western Park. Perfect.
Yeah, nice. Just getting used to that. Just at the end. Can I stand up? You're allowed to. It's okay.
So that's pretty much how you swap it round. To be honest, for camera, because when you can see at the start of this video where I'm actually shooting these rifles, it's better for camera the way I've got my little range at home set up. If I shoot these right-handed, it's just easier to see the workings of it. Me being a lefty, to be honest, I didn't really have a problem shooting these right-handed, and I think I'm that used to shooting, sorry, left-handed. I'm that used to shooting right-hand guns left-handed. Are you with me still? That you just kind of get used to it. So yeah, if I bought one of these, obviously I'd swap it around to left-hand. But I don't know, I'm kind of so used to using a right-handed cocking lever now. It's kind of weird. But anyway, the stock, fully synthetic. You've got Daystate's logo there. Pistol grip is really nice, very comfortable. Okay, really, really nice. And then moving along to the fore end, as you can see, all the cylinder is contained sort of in the stock here, and then you've got some pick rail right on the end here, so you can throw on a light, laser or bipod, whatever you want. So that is really good. Fully polymer as well, so totally weatherproof these are. And look at that, by the way, that is a free floating barrel. Okay, no clips or anything to interfere with the free floatingness. So that is a totally free floating barrel. By the way, both of these are in 22 caliber. And while we talk about caliber, do you know what? Let's jump in. I'm pretty much winging this video because this is a double review, so we're just going to wing it and just roll with it. Let's talk about accuracy, okay? First of all, the Renegade. Now we use 3 different flavoured pellets, okay? I used the Rangemaster Sovereigns, I used RWS Superdomes, and I used Bisley Magnums, okay? First of all, this is at 30 yards, okay? With the Renegade. Rangemaster Sovereigns. 30 yards. Oh yeah. That is what I'm talking about. I don't know what happened there, but 30 yards. That is a dead bunny. Okay? I am happy with that. For me, I am happy with that. You guys will probably do way better. I'm sure someone will throw in a comment. RWS Superdomes, slightly opened up. Ever so slightly. Was it me? Was it the pellet? Obviously I re-zeroed when I changed pellets. And then Bisley Magnums, quite a heavy pellet. They weren't amazingly accurate. All these were at 30 yards. So, but stick with the pellets that Daystate recommend, and they were pretty damn consistent. So that's the Renegade. I've done exactly the same with the Pulsar and got pretty much the same results. Rangemaster Sovereigns. Yeah, pretty happy with that. I think I put 4 through that one, to be honest. But yeah, pretty happy with that. Rangemaster Sovereigns again, 30 yards. RWS Superdomes, not bad. Opened up slightly. Don't know. I just got the odd flyer for some reason. Don't know. Bisley Magnums, again, not quite as bad as the Renegade, but I don't know, that was probably my shooting. But I think all in all, with most pellets, you're not going to go that far wrong. But from my testing, definitely the Rangemaster Sovereigns, they seem to pretty much hit the mark. I was also, by the way, shooting, and I've got to give them a shout out as well, Snappy Targets. So I was blasting one of these. Check out Snappy Targets, they are pretty cool, like wooden targets that sort of obviously snap off when you hit them. They are really good fun. So there's a before shot and there's an after shot. Before and after. They're really good fun. Check them out. Snappy Targets, they do all different types of wooden targets that snap. Anyway, back to the review. So, Daystate Renegade. Now, by the way, this is wearing an MTC Viper Pro. This one is a 3 to 18 x 50. Very nice scope. I had no problems with this scope. It was very easy to use. Nice big target turrets. A real nice scope to use. They're quite high mounts as well on there. And that is quite a good rail. I do like the rails on these Daystates, on the Renegade and the Pulsar. Really nice, and they've got an integrated bubble level, so you don't sort of cant off course, so to speak. So that is really cool. So let's talk about the magazines then on the Renegade. You can see why I'm doing a double review, guys. I'd be covering pretty much the same things on the Pulsar and on the Renegade, so you can pretty much see why I'm doing this. So magazines, I really do have no problem with these magazines at all. Dead easy to load, not too fiddly. You just crank them round after dropping each pellet in. Really good, no problem whatsoever with the magazines. Then to load it, just try and get this on camera for you guys. Obviously cock the rifle, bullpup, rifle, bullpup, rifle. You decide. And it's literally, see this little groove here? You've got to get it lined up with that one there, and literally a magnet just sucks the magazine in like that, and that's it. Close up the cocking lever, you're good to go. No automatic safety. In fact, it has got my favourite type of safety of all time, a crossbolt safety, and a real big one as well, right where you need it, by the trigger. So 10 points on the safety catch, Daystate. That is a win. And a non-automatic safety, because I really am not a fan of automatic safety catches. And that is it. You're pretty much good to go once you obviously knock the safety catch off. While we've got that cocked, let's give it a pull. No, actually, I'm doing both simultaneously. I'll pull both the triggers in a bit. Jumping ahead a little bit there. That is pretty much how you cock the rifle. And then obviously, I'll just shoot this in a safe direction, 1 second. And then obviously, to cock it again, you pull the lever all the way back. Now, a big difference with these rifles is, because this one is slightly more mechanical than the Pulsar, when you cock it, there is like a mechanical, what's the word, sound and feel to it, and you've got to pull it back, obviously not too hard, but there is a little bit of resistance there. Whereas the Pulsar, because it is totally and utterly electronic and computerized, to cock it, there's just no resistance. That is it. Okay, let me just fire that in safe direction. So I'll just do that again. That's cocked. That is pretty damn sweet, if you ask me. So, like I said, pretty much slightly more mechanical than the Pulsar. The Pulsar is pretty much, how can we word it, fly-by-wire. That's what they say in their brochures, fly-by-wire, because it is a bullpup. Bullpups usually have a bit of an issue with triggers as far as linkages, because obviously the action's behind the trigger. They have to rely on linkages and God knows what else, you know, inside the guts of the rifle, bullpup rifle. Whereas this is literally a cable, okay, and the trigger is pretty much a switch. The best way I can explain the trigger on the Pulsar is like clicking a mouse, clicking your computer mouse. That is pretty much it. The trigger on the Renegade, again, well, let's pull them. We'll pull them. I did mention that a few minutes ago. Let's give them a pull. Let's get my trigger gauge out, and we'll just see if there's any difference. Now, these are demo guns, so obviously they've probably been tinkering around with. Well, I've not touched them, so what we'll do, we'll give them both a pull. and just see what they're doing, just out of interest more than anything. Right then, so let's cock the Renegade. So that's cocked. And let's cock the Pulsar. That's cocked. Let's just set up my trigger gauge. Right, let's pull the Renegade's trigger. Oh my God. 13 ounces. That is a sweet trigger. Okay, let's pull the Pulsar's trigger. Slightly heavier, 1 pound, 2.2 ounces. So these guns have probably been set up slightly different. But oh my God, guys. The triggers on both of them are pretty damn fine. I mean, to be honest, let's cock them both again. I can barely tell the difference when I pull the trigger. They are that good. Whereas that one, like I said, is totally computerized. This one has got a slightly little bit of mechanical gubbins going in there. It is still kind of fly-by-wire, but just great triggers. Now I'll explain the triggers in a little bit more detail. I need to refer to my manual here. Basically, right then, this is basically a slingshot trigger. They call it the Harper Patent Slingshot Hammer System. Okay, that was also in the Wolverine rifle by Daystate. It's basically how can you explain it? I'm trying to put it in layman's terms. It's like an electronic solenoid that basically fires the sear in the trigger. Okay, rather than pulling the trigger and pulling a bar that's pulling all the mechanics of the trigger, it is a fly-by-wire, basically an electronic trigger that releases a solenoid. That's probably the simplest way to put it. Okay, there is, let's refer to the manual, kind of show you the guts of it. There you go. That kind of explains it better than me, I guess. And then when you look at the Pulsar, I'm not even going to try and explain that. But it's all electronic. That pretty much covers it in a nutshell. All the juicy details and technical stuff I'll throw in the details of the video. But yeah, moving along to obviously talking about the Renegade. The cocking lever, well, we've covered the stock. The cocking of the action, like I said, slightly more mechanical, and you've got a real chunky cocking lever. Not much wiggle on there, which is good. Dead easy to cock, and you've got like a polymer sort of cheek piece there, which is pretty much very comfortable, really nice. Thank God that isn't metal, because that would be freezing cold in the winter. And then moving along, now this is what I really do like, and guys that watch the channel and that are subscribed, you'll know I love this. Yep, a pressure gauge in the right place. Not in the wrong place. It's in the right place, where you haven't got to look down the muzzle to see how much air is in the rifle. Absolutely bang on. Perfect. Moving on to the barrel, as you can see, it's fully shrouded, and it is also threaded as well, so you can throw on a silencer if you want. I found these rifles to be pretty damn quiet anyway. But if you want to throw on a silencer, gives you an option there. 1/2 inch UNF, I think anyway. I think that is half inch UNF. So options. To fill the rifle, you've got this nice chunky cover here. So take that off, that's like aluminium, that's really nice. And there's your standard sort of Daystate filler nozzle. Really nice and easy to get at. No sort of fiddly, not in a like a fiddly place to get at, just nice and easy. And I do love these chunky covers, really like them. So what a great rifle the Renegade is. Oh, I'm a big fan, big fan. Now the Renegade is about 500 quid cheaper than the Pulsar, because obviously the Pulsar is fully electronic, fully computerized. This one's slightly heavier because you've got more of a battery pack in here. Obviously you've only got a small battery in the Renegade that controls the solenoid for the trigger. The Pulsar, you've got a bigger battery pack, obviously, to control well, everything. As you can see, you've got a little computer screen here. I'll just show you that. You have to cock the rifle to basically switch that on. So that's just come on. I'm knocking my lights everywhere. So that lights up, tells you it's on high power, tells you how much air is left in it. You can adjust the power. There's several different power settings. I think you can crank it all the way down to 6 foot-pounds. Like I said, this is a standard 12 foot-pound version here in the UK. You can toggle all the different sort of menus by just pressing the trigger. Let me just open the cocking lever. So if you, as you can see, what you do there, you've got that, and if you use the trigger, hang on, he says, hang on, I'm lying to you. So if you press the trigger while the cocking lever is open, just keep your finger on the trigger. Just try it. So it brings up a different menu, programming mode. Just trying to get it on camera. And then power level. Sorry guys if you can't see that, I've got lights sort of reflecting. It's quite kind of hard to see. You get the idea. You can adjust all the different bits and pieces, mainly power and stuff like that. There is also, by the way, you probably see it on here, it's got a built-in laser. So that's real nice, nice feature. That is located sort of in here. So the laser is, so that's really nice. It saves you actually adding one on to it if you like lasers. You've got one built in, so that is a cool option. Very handy option, to be honest. And that, by the way, every time as soon as you open the rifle to cock it, that goes off, and then as soon as it's good to fire, that laser comes back on, as you can see. So really nice option. Like I said, same with the Renegade. The Pulsar, fully ambidextrous. You can swap all this round, which is a real nice option. You know, it makes the rifle very versatile. Fully free floating barrel, pretty much everything like what I've just covered on the Renegade. It's all the same stuff. It's just literally the guts that are different on this rifle. Again, same barrel. The only difference here is we've got a different scope. We've got an MTC Connect. This is 3 to 12 times 32. Quite a nice scope, to be honest. Very nice scope. Bit more of a tactical looking scope. Suits this Pulsar very nicely indeed. Real nice scope. But that is pretty much the difference between these rifles, guys. The Pulsar, totally computerized, totally fly-by-wire. The Renegade, same rifle, stroke bullpup, but a few more mechanics in there, a little less technology, so to speak. Although it is all cutting-edge technology in these rifles, you know, it goes without saying. Guys, what I'll do is I'll just show you the guts of the Pulsar. This is the takedown nut here. So you just need an Allen wrench to undo it. And then the stock will come off and I can show you all the technology inside. But oh my god, they're just great rifles, guys. The trigger on this thing is probably the best trigger I've used on an air rifle. Okay, just a superb trigger. Right, I need to have the safety catch in the middle. So there's the guts, guys. Okay, so takes AA batteries, 6 in total, that will last you a pretty long time. But that, just look at it, kind of reminds me of the inside of an airsoft gun, but obviously a lot better quality than a lot of airsoft guns. But that is pretty much how it works. There's your wire there, look. That is basically your trigger wire. So no rails or bars controlling the trigger, totally fly-by-wire. That thing is literally a switch. That trigger is literally a switch. It's like clicking a mouse, like I just said. It's just superb. But that's pretty much it. As you can see, your display there. Flip it over. I believe Daystate did use like battery packs, but they moved on to using these because it was just a little bit lighter. Because it's not a mega light rifle, but you know, it is what it is, and those batteries, I suppose, do add a little bit of weight. I'll just show you the guts of the stock, if you can see. Not much really to see, but that's the stock. But totally waterproof as well. I mean, you know, everything's nicely contained in the stock. You know, it is a real sort of nice, neat and compact setup. Dead easy to sort of strip down. I mean, literally it's just one Allen key nut, you know, so dead easy to strip down. If you was to get this thing wet and you was just worried, you wanted to sort of just strip it down and give it a wipe down, but also obviously for changing the batteries, dead easy, you know, no problem. And I like the way Daystate have given like you a nice chunky takedown nut that will be pretty impossible to sort of round off and damage over time. It's not like it's a tiny little thing that you've got to be dead careful with. You know, that is nice and chunky. Obviously on the Daystate there's no pressure gauge like on the Renegade because it's totally electronic, like I said, on the Pulsar. So there you have it, guys. The Daystate Renegade, the Daystate Pulsar. Obviously they take the same magazines, that goes without saying. Essentially, in a nutshell, the same rifle. One's electronic, one has a little bit of mechanical stuff going on inside in there. That is pretty much it. Shooting them, to be honest, the only difference I found is the cocking. The triggers, although the Pulsar is totally electronic and the Renegade is electronic but has a few little mechanical bits in there, as mentioned. I couldn't really tell the difference. It was mainly in the cocking of the rifle. The Pulsar literally is zero cocking effort. Absolutely zero. That's it, that's cocked. Whereas the Renegade, slight bit of resistance and that's it. But apart from that, zero difference. Obviously slight difference in the price because you are paying for this technology in the Pulsar. But all in all, guys, absolutely superb rifles. I can't really pick fault with them, and I usually do. I usually do pick fault with everything that I'm reviewing. I'm scratching my head here, to be honest, guys. I'll get back to you on that one. But no, honestly, they're just lovely rifles. I need to pick fault, but I just honestly I can't pick fault with them. You know, you can swap them round to left hand, so that would have been one thing that I would have stamped on straight away, but they've thought about that. Totally free floating barrel, so nothing, no clips here that, you know, basically stop it being free floating. Good amount of rail. Honestly, can't fault it. I'm actually gutted that I can't fault it. This is going to bug me now. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks for watching, guys. If you've just joined us, if this is the first Rack and Load video that you've watched, thanks for joining us. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Join us on Facebook as well. We've got a Facebook group going on. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. There's loads more to come. That's Rack and Load. See ya.